Took a little longer than I wanted, but long story short, I can't both have it prioritize the main screen and have one screen smaller. So there's not really anything I can do about the layout or the fact that sometimes things will be on the smaller screen, especially fights. But I was able to get all of the DLC and quests and stuff in, so we will have that to play with a little bit later. Yeah, there's not really any option we have but to put up with the fact that battles are going to be smaller to account for the cutscenes being proper sized. I think I fixed the sound issue though, which we won't actually find out for a long while, but it should sound better now anyway. I mean, I like the priest and the nun, or the priestess, I'm not really sure what she is. Most everybody's mostly okay, it's just Ivor that sucks. Oh, horsey. Yeah, thank. Sorry. Our cat apparently vanished. That's great. Poor horsey's hurt though. I feel bad for the horsey. Like, I get the distinct feeling you're supposed to, side with Ivor here, but I'm completely on his father's side. Ivor seems like a lazy, good-for-nothing deadbeat who's not even likable. I could, I would, just out of spite. I don't think we actually learned Sobering Slap, though I would have really liked it if we did. Unfortunately, you only keep stuff you learn via skill points. You don't actually get to keep class abilities, which kinda sucks, not gonna lie. Wow, the earthquake knocked the bell down. I didn't notice that before. Okay, are you happy now, Aaron? Can we move on with the game? Thank goodness. I'm admittedly just not a big fan of any game that makes you walk around and talk to NPCs before it lets you progress. Am I saying her name wrong? It looks like it would be said Erin. Oh great, it's him for a guest. Why should I? I'm just gonna say right now, if I had any choice in the matter, I would basically tell him to go get stuffed. But we're forced to agree to progress the game. Shocker, he's going to do nothing of the sort. He will in fact not be even the tiniest bit useful. Yes, but only for Aaron. Please, no. Alright, let's do this and get this over with as quick as possible. Yeah, pretty much, actually. Literally everybody else but you is nice, so they're the people I'm doing it for. You, I wouldn't shed tears if you drowned in a shallow puddle. Also, I love the we, as if he has absolutely anything to do with this. Gonna kinda... head that way. We'll have time to fight stuff a little later if I accidentally walk into it. Oh, he does actually help in combat. I forgot about that. I legitimately thought he didn't. I don't know if Dragon Quest was the first to do this. I sincerely doubt it was. But I appreciate monsters being on the world map rather than being random encounters. I am really not fond of RPGs with random encounters. I wonder when that actually started. I don't remember when Dragon Quest started doing that. Hey, look! It's the giant choo-choo train that got shot out of the sky. Okay, I know you can't see the train, but you can see the giant tire marks in the ground. Wouldn't that make you the tiniest bit curious? Also, that train, unfortunately, is the source of the worst character in RPG history. Yes, not just Dragon Quest history, RPG history. And that's it, right there. If I had to talk about that character at all, I would just scream incoherently for like 2 hours. So let me just say is that she, like I said, she is, I think, the worst character in RPG history. She is completely miserable, unlikable, and I would sooner dunk my head in a bucket of urine than be stuck with her, but we have no choice. So I'm mostly just going to be completely silent whenever she talks because I'm trying not to punch my computer monitor. Ivor, nobody's heard of you. Or a better way to put it, I would rather have Ivor as a permanent party member than have to deal with her. The good news is we won't get her for a while yet. The bad news is once we get her, she'll never shut the goddamn hell up. So Ivor is sexist as well as everything else, so... I still hold to the fact that I would rather him than the character upcoming. Pretty much. Let's see what Mav wants me to find over here. Also, yes, those enemies are literal sandbags. Sack Squash, apparently, is the name. Hooray! We are no longer level 1 newbies. We are now level 2 newbies. What exactly am I looking for here? Further west is no longer north of the lake. It is now west of the lake. You need better directions, Mav. Also, I just realized I sounded really upset there, and no, I'm mostly just annoyed at the intro. Not actually you, don't worry. Or I should say, I'm annoyed at what I know is coming up. Was there something I was supposed to find that you thought was here? I mean, I guess the Tangle Web is useful-ish? Oh, it's very useful then. I will say that right now that this game does in fact have a crafting system and I'm probably never going to touch it very much. Because it's not a very good crafting system. By which he means, take me home, slave, I demand it. I'm gonna go heal up first. I'm just obsessive like that. So I find it very awkward. It tells you you have to come here to heal. Can I even heal here? I don't think it's gonna let me. You can't heal at the end, you can't heal here. I guess once you finish it, it won't let you heal whatsoever until you move on to the next plot point. I guess? I don't really know for sure. Well, let's dump the dead weight. I don't know. I would consider Ivor not coming back to be a positive, not a negative. Aaron, how long have you been here? Did you follow us? Yeah, spoilers are very strictly not allowed on the stream. You are allowed to talk about anything that has already happened, but if it's not yet happened, you can't talk about it. I actually have to walk out and back in for it to be at the end. Lady! Stop blocking the path! This is technically my second favorite, but 11 kinda edged it out, which is really surprising because normally I always vastly like customizable character games over games with set protagonists. But 11 was just so good. There we go. Part of why 11 was so good is that it did something that no RPG to this day has been able to do. At least for me. Okay. So we need to go fight in the Hexagon, and I'm going to be exploiting the medicinal herb and stuff I got to, try to cut down on trips back. This is going to take a while regardless, because you basically have to solo an entire dungeon. Which, fun. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on there. I think the voice acting in 11 is phenomenal. It's great. There are points where it's a little goofy, but, like, that's the point. I will say that I understand, fully your feel that, this is better because you can make your own character. Like I said, I normally feel that way as well. If the game lets me make my own character, and especially my own party, I like that much better than preset ones most of the time. But 11 is just so great with the preset party members that it is the only RPG I have ever played where I like every single party member. I have never played another RPG, at least another JRPG, where I liked every single party member. Might actually just be an RPG in general. I have no idea what you're listening to if you think it's monotone, because the entire game is very much emotional. The only person I can think of as monotone is 8. And they're kind of monotone because of a personality trait, not bad voice acting. Not that I'm saying you're wrong for thinking that way, just I don't agree is all. Yeah, basically. I mean, people aren't a hive mind. We like different things, we dislike different things. It's just that, Orb there expressed their opinion, and I was just saying mine in turn. There's nothing wrong with that. I will fully admit that it might also be that I'm very, very weak to accents. And the very first party member you get has a really nice accent. Also I think it's 4th party member you get is just basically the best thing ever in every aspect. And I will hear no slander whatsoever. What if I should just say their names? Because it's not like the game itself is ever coy about the majority of them. I'm good, thanks. I know how to dodge enemies, I'm just choosing not to. I'm gonna go ahead and save, and then we'll see what we can do about the Hexagon. I got a lot of, medicinal herbs, so even if I run out of, mana, this should still be okay. What weapon shop? Do you mean the item shop? Does the item shop have weapons? Oh. This is not like, whoops. This is not like 11. If I hit B, it actually will stop me from playing the game. Let's fix that. I got way too into a habit of just hitting B at that point, because 11 just lets you hit B and it backs out. I mean, this is also the very first Dragon Quest I ever played in any amount of detail. The first one I ever played at all was 8. I'm fairly certain what was 8. It was the one with the Cursed King subtitle. I don't fully recall it. But I didn't get very far. This is the first game I completed and significantly played. And I do agree with you that, this game does some stuff that I do wish that 11 did, but I really just think 11 is a better game in general. Though, I guess thinking on it, it would be a little hard to make the claim because the games are so different. Like, they're still JRPGs, they're still Dragon Quest games, but just the complete and utter feel of the game is so completely different from each other that it's a little hard to compare. I've played this game and beaten it like 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Yeah. I know it's kind of funny to figure out after I've already been comparing them for like 10 minutes, but that pretty much is the case. It is actually a hard compare considering there's so many different aspects between each of them. I will say that if you like customizable characters, not just like designing your own character, but just being able to play around with classes, this is the better game. The way this game handles skill points and classes is just flat out significantly better to the way that 11 handles it. But that's about it. You're not allowed to say spoilers, no. Yeah. Basically what Rabbit Kusabi, whose name is Pi, said is that it doesn't matter if I've played the game 20 times, there is a blanket no spoiler policy. Because there could be people watching the stream who have never played the game. I also post this on YouTube. And there could be people there who have never played the game, so... The only time I allow spoilers is if I'm doing a different version of it. Like, if I'm playing the A Link to the Past randomizer, I will allow A Link to the Past spoilers. Because if you're watching a randomizer, you've seen the original A Link to the Past, most likely. But that's really about it. Always press the button. If you ever see a button, you are obligated as an adventurer to press it. Also, that just moved this aside because... Of course it did. Why would you think otherwise? That just makes me want to push it even more! Can I equip a shield? A fan? Oh, I can. This game also did shields better because I think you can equip a shield with any weapon type at all, if I'm not mistaken. Considering they're basically strapped to your hand. Oh, obviously. I mean, I get why some characters have to hold a shield in their hand. Like, I'm probably gonna be comparing this to 11 the whole time, but that's because I've only... As I said, I've only ever played 11 in depth beside this game. But the paladin you can recruit in 11, and your own protagonist, they wear, like, great shields, so it makes sense they need a hand free to hold that. It makes less sense that your priest needs a hand free to hold a tiny buckler. The Switch version is actually just flat out superior. Because the Switch version is actually a remastered version that adds a bunch of new content that the PS version does not have. And I do mean a bunch of new content. I mean there's new side quests, there's new mini chapters for the game. It has a completely revamped costume system where the costumes are independent of the equipped gear. It is definitively the best edition so far, yeah. If you have a Switch and you're willing to buy it again for all of the extra content, then by all means. I can't understand why some people would be a little unsure about buying it a second time, but honestly, I think there's enough content in the game to at least consider it. Because they added a whole new area on top of all the extra side quests and everything. And there is the fact that they also added the 2D mode to it, which, I don't know how well publicized that was, but you can play the entire game in retro-style 2D sprites. Yes, that, what Pi said. It also contains my favorite change, which is the fact that when you're forging, you can buy vendor items straight from the forging menu. As long as the item is sold in a shop somewhere in the world, you can just flat out buy it. It doesn't matter if you've been to the shop or not, or if you've even unlocked the area, the game does not care. And as Maverick and Pi will attest to, this meant I got a little bit insane with forging. Yeah, you might like the Japanese audio if you didn't like the English much. Pi is right in that while there's some new plot-related aspects, they mostly come between Act 1 and Act 2. And it's not like huge plot revelations, it's more interesting things that you can find out. It mattered to me. Also, basically what this is saying is that now that we level up, we get skill points that we can allocate. As you can see here, every single tree can have up to 100 points in it. The omnivocational ones for shield, fan, whip, and sword basically mean when we put 100 points in each of these, we can use that weapon regardless of whether or not the class that we have can actually use the weapon. We can learn Sobering Slap. The Switch version does... it's not a hard mode, so to speak. It's not a matter of when you start the game, you pick easy, normal, hard. The Switch version has a lot of options for extra challenges. It can make enemies stronger. It can make you get half EXP. It's basically a bunch of different challenge options that you can toggle on. And you can toggle on as many or as few as you want to customize how difficult you want the game to be. Which I personally thought was a lot better than just a straight easy, hard, normal thing. There are more of the options in the Switch, yes. The Switch has more of the Draconian quest options. So if you're trying to make the game really, really hard, the Switch version is, again, what you want to go for. I just really like it when you can customize your difficulty based on what you find hard and what you find easy. I just think it's far more, replayable and far more accessible when you can do things like that. Like, it's one of those things that Silent Hill perfected, where you could set combat difficulty and puzzle difficulty separate. It's basically that, but much better. Okay, you need to stop that. Yeah, I can understand why some people like the normal hard difficulty thing. I don't. Also, I feel bad that I keep talking about 11, but I mean, I'm doing a very bland and boring dungeon by myself. To find a lady, and that's literally all the plot that I've gotten for this dungeon. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I'm probably going to do for all of the characters that I'm playing with is I'm going to focus their weapon skill before anything else. I will probably not do that for the warrior that I make. But that's solely because the warrior wants to go into paladin, who both share spears. So I don't feel any need to speed that one up. Then again, I don't know if warrior's unique tree has anything useful. I think only paladin has the useful skills. So... Also, you know what, Orb? I'm curious. What's your favorite class in this game? And you said this was your favorite game, so what's your favorite classes to play? I'd asked Pi, but she hasn't really played the game enough, and I'd asked Maverick, but I already know what his answer is. But I'm curious about yours. Yeah, you haven't played the game at all, and Maverick couldn't be more clear if he was standing with a neon sign in the middle of Farmtown. Wait, what about... I didn't realize you like sages and rangers that much. Unless you're talking about something else? Hello, Chimera Wing. Is it Chimera or Chimera? Chimera. Thought so. I mean, if you only had to pick one class, though, you are so blatantly a paladin lover that anybody who knew you for even 5 minutes would have to be blind to not realize it. Might have used that a little too early. Well. Are you underneath Rebel, ma'am? I think she's supposed to be? It doesn't really look like she is. But I think that's the intention. Oh, something's mad. Hi? I'm a little more worried about my face than my head, ma'am. I want to show that off once because we're never ever going to be using it again. Unfortunately, like every other JRPG in existence, status effects are pretty worthless in this game. Because the things you would want them to stick on, they won't stick on. Buffs are fairly decent, assuming you're not against a boss that can wipe them, in which case it becomes completely worthless. But with the exception of Sap and, I think, Anathemize is the name of it? The one that drops magic defense. I don't really find debuffs all that useful, and even then, those two are of dubious use because they take so long to actually affect the enemy. And by so long, I mean I've literally had to cast it 5 times on an enemy, and it still would not take. And we're done. I will give it credit that at least the solo boss isn't overly difficult if you're properly leveled. I would not personally suggest using crack against it because you probably want to save your MP for heal. But at least you leveled quickly and you weren't stuck here for like 3 hours just trying to get through the tutorial. Also, this is Patty. Shocker. I have a Chimera Wing if you want a free trip. Okay, bye. I guess she just wanted to walk. Also, I will be ecstatic when I finally learn Zoom. Yeah, I don't really care much because it's a mechanic spoiler, but Patty's who we're going to talk to create our party. When the game actually allows us to do that. Which is thankfully going to be fairly soon. Probably over at the inn. I'm not really certain how you're supposed to guess this. I guess because Patty's a new person and new people would go for the inn first. But Erin has always been at her house, so. Yeah, thankfully, I don't think there's any, like, major issues between us and the second city. We just have a lot of, talking to get through. That's going to be a terrible pun we're going to be subject to repeatedly. Just so you know. I know Dragon Quest is bad with puns, but that's not even a good pun. That's kind of rude, Patty. Patty? Are we witnessing a kidnapping? Or a kidnapping in the process? Maybe Shanghai would be a better term. Actually, I don't know if that's actually the term or not. I don't remember all of a sudden. I do feel somewhat creepy about this. I'm not going to lie. Eddie is definitely forceful, that's for sure. Hey, it's the old ghost from the, Hexagon. Sort of? I'm kind of in somewhat limbo because I think my home just got firebombed a few weeks ago. And here it is. The worst character in all gaming history. She is unlikable, unsympathetic, incredibly chatty, incredibly annoying, and insanely rude to you. And this will never change throughout the entire game. And we are stuck with her forever. Oh, also she's a massive liar and a fraud, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Just know that I hate this bitch with every fiber of my being, and I'm probably not gonna say much. Like, on her, just because if I start, I'm gonna be ranting for like 3 hours. Also, she's a complete idiot, to add to her long list of accomplishments there. Even her music irritates me. There's nothing about this girl that I can say that's positive. I mean, I guess she's sort of cute, maybe. But her terrible everything else completely ruins it. How about no? Nobody who hasn't played Magical Diary will understand what that means. But yes, Stella is terrible, and she is probably the one thing that is preventing me from saying that this is my favorite game. If she didn't exist, I'd probably like this more than 11. It also does that super infuriating thing where the game acts like you're actually friends and like each other, even though there's no reason you would. Which irritates me even more, being honest, but whatever. Found a shiny thing. You want it? I'd keep it, but it doesn't have my name on it. Actually, what am I saying? I'm an adventurer. I'd keep it even if it didn't have my name on it, but I like you too much to steal it. Better joke I just thought of. I'd keep it, but they'd spelled my name wrong on it. They spelled Pixis as Erdwin. How weird is that? Probably because we're apparently directly underneath the observatory. Observatory water probably falls in and mixes with the falls, I bet. Aaron, I'm pretty sure that's not how that actually worked. It was not at all you standing in the way, it was the fact that your dad cared more about you than his dreams. Which, you know, a parent really should. You made that decision kind of fast. Then again, being totally fair, it's not like she's really accountable to anybody here. Especially if the inn is barely used, like she claims it is. Hello, sir! Okay, so here's an issue I have with the game. He did, in fact, drop the benevolence that they do, but we can't see it. There is literally no reason we can't see it. Because our halo kept us invisible, and our wings just let us fly. So, how can we see ghosts but not see the benevolence? That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. You would think you would lose both, not one. I'll miss you, everybody in the village except Ivor. Nobody will ever miss you. You're a complete snot-nosed brat. Who would care? And of course Erin doesn't care. She's not dating you. The only reason she likes you is because she's too nice for her own good. She's like pie in that way. You're an adorable cutie. Like I said, I'm not even actually joking. I see a lot of Erin in you. Or maybe a lot of you and Erin. Either way, you're both way too nice to people who really do not deserve it. What's my... Okay. I was trying to check my my HP and everything, but apparently I auto-healed, which is nice. We're just gonna go ahead and rush our butts to the next city. Because I want the party members. Oh. We can worry about fighting everything that looks at us funny later when we're not by ourselves. Lexus knows the value of, tactical retreat. Also, I feel like I don't really like the fact the train has like that weird blue glow on it. I think it's just because it looks weird on the train. It looked okay when it was on us and on Aquila, but on the actual train it just looks kind of off. You're as incompetent as a wet rock? Maybe that's what's wrong? No. I mean, they're objects. It's not hard. Wings are like a limb, except they're thinner than your arm. It's not difficult for them to be ripped off. Even for a holy being, you would just need an equal amount of power. I will say I respect Stella for one thing, and that's the fact that she is willing to insult the entire creator of the universe. That is one thing I can actually hold some respect for. Also, I feel like Stornway's gotta be a reference or something, but I don't know what it is. Mostly just gonna hug the wall here. Hey, thanks for the follow! Hot pad? Is that how you say that? Look, the slimes are just so cute. Can you blame me for wanting to hug them? Huh, interesting. I'm somewhat disappointed because nobody here actually sounds Scottish. That's one of my favorite accents to read. I can't. Oh, do you mean the king has a Scottish accent? Is that what you mean? Scottish accent? I might have been drinking, but if so, I was not aware that I was drinking. Okay, that was unnecessarily harsh. Also, where are you keeping that, Aaron? I am really impressed if she fit that in her apron with no, bulges whatsoever. Yeah, that seems a bit excessive, guys. Also, this is not actually a thing we have to do. This is mostly the explanation for why we can recruit people here at the inn. And, an explanation for why certain characters will show up, which I'll show you as soon as I get out of the cutscene. I will say that right now, the way the characters are going to work is not how they're supposed to work, but I don't really have another alternate option that doesn't involve an unnecessary amount of work. You just walk out, and walk back in, and the inn's set up for actual use. Also, one weird thing here is, notice that Patty is now a sprite instead of her actual model. My only guess is that she did this... They did this as an attempt to save space? So you start off with 3 people here. And we're just gonna toss them all out because, really we don't care. I'm trying to match this because this takes forever. But I can't actually speed it up. Yes. Mick. You can only make 8 companions, so you can only have- you can't even have 2 full parties, really. If they had added 1 more, then you could have 3 full parties, but you can never remove yourself from the party. So 8 is not- 8 is a good number in that 8 is the total amount of- is, 2 full parties, but it's not a good number in that every party you make has to include you. So you'll have 3, 6, and then 2 hangers-on that you kind of have to awkwardly mix. But we're going to just straight up recruit because, as I said before, I asked for people earlier on. One, 6, 1, 9, 3, 8. I wanna make sure I spell this name right because I've seen it so many times and I still spell it wrong. This is Maverick's submission, which is a warrior named Arnis. Arnis is going to eventually become a paladin. Next, we have a priest. Base type 2. Low type 4. Low type 6. And this is Pie's submission. Whose name just barely fits. Elysian the Healer. We do not actually know what Elysian wants to become when she grows up. But there's not really a huge rush. There's not a huge rush to figure that out. Finally, we have a thief, who is not actually male, but this game only lets you do male-female, so what are you gonna do? This is a, This is Oreo submission, which is a gender-fluid thief named Reese. Reese is going to specialize in claws, and we also do not know what they want to be when they grow up. But again, like I said, it's going to be a long while before we get to that point, so it doesn't really matter. That's not what I thought it was going to be, but I will actually take it. Tension is kind of complicated, which, I'll get into that a little bit later. So right now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the starter gear we got for everyone else, and buy everyone their proper weapons. I have to actually sell it because we don't really have a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure the laundry pole's like a spear. So priests come equipped with spears. Well, I could be wrong. Hold on to that. Also, you might notice a little something in my inventory that I should not have. That is solely for, matching purposes, and I'll talk about that in a second when I actually equip it. Staff, huh? Also, every gear equipment appears on the character. I'll put that on. Makes this a little bit. So to start with, we need to pick up an iron lance. Or Arnis. Oh dear, these are staves, not wands. I don't think this guy actually has wands. That might be a problem. I'm going to pick up the stone claws for peace. Those are wands? Why do they say staves then? Well, whatever. Also, Arnis got the best of the weapons because he was the only. They only had like one spear. Oh, they had the bamboo lance. I missed it. Well, whatever. Everyone's gonna have better than this fairly soon. So it doesn't really matter all that much. But I feel like Elysian and Reese are just kind of pouting. Also, okay, so in this game, when they say staff, they mean like Robin Hood staff. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put that ring on. There's the button I needed. I was like, what button is change character? Well, I honestly just picked this up because it was very important to Oreo for Reese to have a little skull shirt. And honestly, we would only be getting this at a point where it would be beyond using if I got it naturally, so I figured, why not? So we've got everyone with their equips, but we're not quite done yet. Because you may remember I mentioned a moment ago about special characters. Yeah, this is where the crafting system sucks, by the way. You literally have to find every single solitary piece. I'll go ahead and let him explain. Which didn't explain anything. Basically, this is where characters from other games will show up. Normally, I believe only certain characters show up every so often, and like every time you connect to the internet, it'll change who shows up. And they will eventually leave, I think? I'm not totally sure. But this is basically where you can get some really neat starter gear. It won't leave, okay. Every single character actually has a full-on costume in the game, made up of, I think, 4 pieces. Talking to them gives you 1. I think if you talk to them on your birthday, you get another. I don't remember how to get all 4 of the pieces. But even just 1 piece is, really good. What we're mostly going to do is we're going to gather up the pieces that will give us good stats, and then we're just going to sell the rest. Because that will get us a lot of money. I don't know. Elysian looks really cute with that on. Oh, can I talk to him again to get another piece? I'll go back up and do that. It is cute that he was embarrassed. Yeah, okay, in that case, it's talk to them once to get a piece, talk to them with a character of their class, I think. No, see, we don't get, I think I specifically have to be the class to get the second piece, and I don't know how you get the 3rd or 4th pieces. I've honestly never bothered because by the time you can collect the whole outfit, it's probably massively outdated. So I mostly just collect what I can get at the start of the game, pawn it all off to get a good starter nest egg, and just deal with it. Also, Prince Princeton, really? he actually give me? I think they always give you the chest piece when you start. When you first talk to them. We're just gonna go down and grab everything. Huh, I guess Princeton and Princessa are from Dragon Quest 2? I want to say 2. Do they not actually have names? Why are they named this way? Yeah, that's it, thank you. Like I said, honestly, by the time you actually can get the whole equipment, it's not worth it because it's massively outdated. And this game doesn't have a cosmetic slot. So if you want to look a certain way, you're going to be taking stat hits, which is not really ideal. Huh, do they actually have randomized names? That's really cool, I didn't know that. This isn't even proper Russian talk. They just randomly add in words. Yeah, again though, I don't really think it's worth it. It boggles my mind that it took them until Dragon Quest XI, not even 11, the remake of 11, the remaster, or whatever you want to call it, to make costumes a separate section. I really like the Dragon Quest series, but holy crap does it cling to archaic stuff for no reason. So why does Mina talk like this? She's not from Dragon Quest Russia. Also, I find it kind of amusing that I'm robbing the Dragon Quest IV group for their clothes, considering that's what Maverick's current stream is at the time that we're streaming this. I will put clothes on when I have all of the clothes so that I can tell which is the best clothes to put on. I think I'll probably keep Pi in Kirill's top though, since she likes that. Also, yeah, Maya's is a 5-piece outfit, so she gives you 2 of them there. I think? It might actually be 1 item, I'm not completely certain. Also, I don't remember how I think I have to expand the inn via Street Pass. Which if I do, I'll just hack the inn up to the top tier since I can't actually level it normally. But I like Torneko. Fun fact that we discussed, Torneko's full name is Torneko Talun, which was actually created by combining both of the names. His name was Torneko in English, it was Torneko in Japanese, it was Talun in the original translation, and then when they did the remake, they just made Talun his last name and took both names. I believe Maverick said that they actually did the same with Ragnar? Wasn't it something like his name was Ryan in English, Ragnar in Japan, and they just did the same thing, but different order? No, actually it would be the same order. This ends really quite Bonnie. I assume Bonnie is good, because I've heard the term Bonnie Lass before. Ah, so it is reversed. I think we've actually hit the edge of the people I know, because I don't know a Bianca. So I think this is starting 5. Yeah, we're getting into 5, which I've never seen. I said it before, but just to say it again, I have never seen anything from 5, 6, or 7. Actually, I'm gonna talk to them from below, so I can actually get a better look at these people. Oh, she's cute. She's really cute. I might have to try and see if I can get that bow from her. That would require screwing with certain things, but I'm willing to try. Is Deborah also 5, or are we starting to go into 6 now? Wow. She's actually really pretty, but very striking. She's also a complete twit. Good to know. I think 5 was one of the ones that I wanted to try. I don't remember what the number was, but I remember what the subtitle was. Yeah, I'd say that I have. Hand of the Heavenly Bride. Aw, Millie's kinda nice. That is 5. I think Bitch Tits there is one of the ones you can marry, then. Which is very unfortunate, but... Carver is someone I find kind of interesting because I first learned of his existence through a board game. And I thought he was a villain for the longest time. He's also far tinier than he looked in the board game. I think it was called Fortune Street. It was some Monopoly-like board game on the Wii, which used both Mario and Dragon Quest characters. I think Carver has actually started putting us into 6. I'm really sad because I really wanted to play Fortune Street. It looks like a lot of fun. You've thoroughly washed all your clothing, right? I'm just going to assume she has for my own sanity. They're all gonna, like, come down to the lounge and talk about the weird lady who just stole all of their clothing. Kiefer is someone I remember, but only from 11. What? You were torn between the caviar and the lobster, but in the end you settled on a shirt? I'm somewhat confused. You know what, you can feel free to leave. Who the heck cares if you're the daughter of the richest fisherman? Almost done. Now I know this is the start of Dragon Quest VIII. Because I recognize Jessica and Angelo. I don't really remember how I felt about Jessica. I felt like I did like her, but it's been so long I can't remember. I have absolutely no opinion on Angelo because I didn't make it far enough to recruit Angelo. I think I met him and that was as far as it went. I vaguely remember something about a fist fight in a bar. And now I really wish I could remember if Angelo actually started a fist fight in a bar, because that would be kind of amazing. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, this is the basic royal suite, so I can show it off. Which, there's not actually anything here, I don't think. Yeah. There's side rooms, but they don't really have anything. Nice to look at, though. I'm not really sure what the points of these are. Or if they even have a point. They could very well just be decoration. Yangus, I think, was your starting party member in 8. I don't think 8 actually had an opening solo segment. But I could be wrong. Oh, okay. Not that actually matters to us at all, but hey. Almost done. I don't actually know if Trode starts 9. I think he's still 8. An hour or two? Aha, I thought so. I wonder if this only goes up to 8. I don't remember when this was released. Thank you? I feel like Mori and the last one have got to be 8 as well. Because 9 wouldn't only have 2 party members, would it? How is this possible? Ooh, she is lovely. Chevalier is harder than Pixis? So Pixis is not really sure about being renamed. Anyway, that's all of them, so I'm actually getting really hungry, so I think I'll go ahead and cut it here. I'll equip everybody, see if I can get the game to think it's my birthday so I can pick up the headpieces. Sell everything else, and we'll just be ready and raring to go next time. I'll go ahead and see you then!